about humankind. I'm open-minded, but I do not walk with none aligned. My state of mind is to keep a peace for peace of mind. I'm like Malcolm with my piece at the Venetian blinds. I'm trying to manifest some things in my subconscious mind that I have only seen in dreams in my unconscious mind. My dreams unrefined, spring to mind, a state of mind that make it seem this lucky life of mine is pre-designed. And if it is, then thank the Lord, cause that's the mastermind. Listen. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Denver Broncos.
It originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. If you got to fight against that, they've got to come out ready to play.
Well, the Denver offense ready to take over for the first time. Get a look at their 8th-year quarterback. His first season as a Bronco, though, Teddy Bridgewater.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Nifty move by Gordon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 17 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This Jacksonville unit really struggled to get to the quarterback in 2020. Just 18 sacks as a team. Only Cincinnati had fewer. Remember, they used to be known as Saxonville. They want to get back to those ways here in 2021.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Bridgewater to throw it. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Joe Schobert with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
Well, he started his season the way that everyone wants to start their season, with an absolute bang. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Let's see where he goes from here.
Set the bar high. Week 2, we'll see what he can do. On 1st down, Newcomb rolling to his left. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jags have taken the early lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that makes the score 7-0. Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. KJ Hamler returning it. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Jags, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Check, 47. Here we go. Hey, check, 47.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. But now it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Bridgewater. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
That one goes for 24 yards. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie.
Touchdown, Jaguars! DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. They've had it twice, they've punted twice, not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. A whole hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Ready?
And that's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Judy. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And I believe that that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Here's Bridgewater.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nothing to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The kick by McManus is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Well, we've often talked, and rightly so, about how great a story James Robinson was last year. Undrafted as a running back to over 1,000 yards rushing as a rookie. But what gets lost, especially for being a big man like he is, he's a great asset.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. James Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Lambeau on for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Hamler now to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Denver's offense ready to go again. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
On second down, Gordon once more. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. defensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Dorsett on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Off play action. Newcomb on the move to his left. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Luke Farrell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Lambeau to add on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check. Come on.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3 from the gun. Bridgewater. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
What they call?
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Bridgewater on 1st down. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Here's Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Jags grab it. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Lambo on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He'll field this at the 5. Philip Dorsett by himself. 20, 10. And he's going to give his guys great starting field position as he dives to the ground to get as much as he can. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Jags football again. DJ Chark ready to rock and roll. We're in the 2nd quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him. Maybe even have a 3rd person in the area and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while because I don't know that their talents are his. Because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. Forced out to his left. And a dump off here to Robinson. Touchdown! James Robinson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get 1 look and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by one more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
There's something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater out quickly to Judy. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
This will be caught. Judy. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the Broncos expected big things out of Jerry Jeudy, their #1 pick in 2020. But he really had to make a jump with the injury to Cortland Sutton. Almost 900 yards last year. A nice grab there.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. And again, it's Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Josh Allen. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We begin up at Lucas Oil Stadium, L.A., with their 2nd straight road game to start the year, taking on Indy in their 2nd straight home game. And those two are tied up as they play the 2nd quarter. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. First overall pick, Trevor Lawrence with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And that one all even as they play the visiting Texans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.